The secret of Palatul Parlamentului, the hidden rooms. It had been raining for days, soaking Bucharest in a heavy downpour that seemed endless. The sky was filled with dark clouds casting spooky shadows on the streets and old buildings. One of these buildings was the massive Palatul Parlamentului, a huge palace that stood as a reminder of Romanian past. Andrei Dragic, a historian and former architect, looked at the palace from his small apartment window. Lightning flashed, lighting up the place and making it look almost alive. For Andrei, the palace was more than just an old building. It was a mystery he had been trying to solve for years. His phone buzzed, pulling him from his thoughts. It was a message from Maria Ionescu, a fellow historian and one of the few people who shared his interest and fear about the palace. "We need to meet tonight. There's something you need to see." Andrei's heart beat faster. Maria wasn't usually this urgent. He quickly grabbed his raincoat, flashlight and notebook and headed out into the storm. The streets were almost empty as the rain poured down. Andrei's footsteps echoed as he walked to a small cafe near the palace. Maria was waiting under the awning, her face pale and eyes wide with a mix of excitement and fear. "Andrei," she called out over the noise of the storm, "you won't believe what we found." Maria led Andrei to the back of the cafe where Ion Popescu, a master builder, was sitting at a table covered in old blueprints and dusty papers. Ion had helped build the palace and knew it better than anyone. Ion looked up, his eyes serious. "We always thought there were secret rooms in the palace. Tonight we found one." He pointed to a spot on the blueprint. "This room shouldn't exist, but it does, and what's inside?" Andrei leaned in. "What did you find?" Maria took out a small old diary. "We found this. It's a diary from one of Ceausescu's top aides. It talks about secret rituals and human sacrifices." A chill ran down Andrei's spine. "Are you sure?" Ion nodded. "The room had symbols and bloodstains. The air in there feels wrong. We need to go there," Andrei said, determined. "Tonight." With flashlights, camera and determination, Andrei, Maria and Ion headed to the palace. The storm raged on, and the palace loomed ahead, dark and scary. They used Ion's old key to enter a side door and quickly went down to the lower levels. The air grew colder and darker as they walked through the maze of hallways. Finally, they reached a heavy iron door marked with strange symbols. Ion's hands shook as he unlocked the door. It creaked open, revealing a large, eerie room. The walls were lined with old books and relics, and in center stood a stone altar stained with old blood. "This is it," Maria whispered. "This is where it happened." Andrei shined his flashlight on the altar, revealing shackles and glowing symbols. He felt scared but knew he had to keep going. As he looked closer, the room suddenly grew cold. Andrei turned to see Maria and Ion staring at something behind him, their faces pale with fear. He turned around slowly. A dark figure stood in the corner, its eyes empty and black. "Leave this place," it hissed, "or suffer the same fate as those before you." The room filled with screams and whispers. Andrei, Maria and Ion ran, the dark presence chasing them through the halls. Back at the cafe, the three sat in silence, shaken by what they seen. They had barely escaped, but the knowledge they had gained was frightening. "We have to do something," Maria said. "We can't leave those spirits trapped there." Andrei nodded. "There must be a way to break the curse, to free them." Ion, staring at the blueprint, spoke up. There might be a way. The diary mentioned a counter-ritual, but it's dangerous. We owe it to them, Andrei said firmly. We have to try. They spent the next few days preparing. They studied the diary and gathered the needed material, rare herbs, ancient relics, and sacred symbols. Each step brought them closer to their goal, but also increased their fear. Finally, the night of ritual came. The storm was even fiercer, but they were determined. They made their way back to the palace, their heart heavy with fear and hope. The room was just as they had left it. They set up their materials around the altar, following the diary's instruction. The air grew more oppressive with each moment. As they began the ritual, chanting ancient words, the room filled with dark energy. The stone altar vibrated, the symbols glowing. The dark figure appeared again. "You dare defy me," he snarled. "You will pay with your lives." Andrei, his voice steady, continued the chant. Maria and Dion joined him. The air swirled with dark energy, the room shaking. The ritual reached its peak, the air thick with tension. With a final chant, a blinding light erupted from the altar. The dark figure screamed and disappeared. As the light faded, the room felt peaceful. The trapped spirits were free. Exhausted but victorious, they left the chamber, their hearts lightened. They had faced the darkness and won. The storm had passed, leaving a clear sky. The palace, once a symbol of fear, now stood as a monument of hope. Andrei, Maria, and Dion had uncovered its darkest secrets and brought light to its shadows. Andrei often visited the place, reflecting on the spirits they had freed. Though the palace still held many secrets, they had brought the peace to a place of suffering, and that was enough. They had faced the darkness with courage and determination, ensuring that the stories of those who suffered would never be forgotten. The end of this story marks a beginning for those who seek to uncover the hidden truths of the past, reminding us that even in the darkest place, light can prevail. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like to hear more stories like this.